Alaska, the last great wilderness of America. A land of endless mountains, frozen rivers, and forests so vast they can make a human being feel invisible. The wind there does not sound gentle. It sounds ancient. Like the voice of the earth itself. And in the spring of 1992, a 24-year-old young man named Christopher McCandless walked into that wilderness completely alone. But Christopher was not an ordinary traveler. He came from a wealthy family. He graduated from college with excellent grades. He had a future that many people dream about. Yet deep inside, he felt trapped by modern society. Money felt meaningless to him. Success felt artificial. And the world around him seemed obsessed with comfort, status, and possessions. So after graduation, Christopher made a decision that shocked everyone. He donated nearly all of his savings to charity, abandoned his car in the desert, burned the cash in his wallet, and disappeared. For nearly 2 years, he wandered across America alone. He slept in abandoned buildings, worked temporary jobs, hitchhiked through deserts, mountains, and small forgotten towns. Along the way, people remembered him as intelligent, kind, and strangely fearless. Some tried to help him. Some warned him about Alaska. But Christopher believed the wilderness would purify him. He believed suffering would reveal the truth about life. Eventually, his journey led him north to Alaska. With only a small backpack, a few books, a rifle, and bags of rice, he crossed into one of the harshest environments on Earth. Days later, deep in the wilderness, Christopher discovered an abandoned bus hidden near the trees. Bus 142. To most people, It looked like rusting metal lost in the middle of nowhere. But to Christopher, it became freedom. Inside that lonely bus, he lived completely separated from civilization. He hunted squirrels and small birds, collected berries, read books for hours, and wrote thoughts in his journal while endless Alaskan sunlight filled the sky. For a while, he seemed happy. In his writings, Christopher described moments of pure peace. No pressure from society. No cities. No noise. Only silence. Nature. And himself. But Alaska has a darker side. The wilderness there does not care about dreams. Summer slowly disappeared. Animals became harder to hunt. The weather grew colder. And Christopher began losing dangerous amounts of weight. Then came the moment that trapped him forever. When he finally decided to leave. The nearby river had transformed. Melting snow from the mountains turned the calm stream into a violent current impossible to cross. Christopher was stranded. Completely alone. No map. No radio. No way to call for help. As the weeks passed, hunger weakened him more and more. His journal entries became shorter. His handwriting became shaky. Yet even near the end, he continued writing about life, happiness, and human connection. Months later, hunters finally found the abandoned bus. Inside, they discovered Christopher's body. He had died alone in the Alaskan wilderness at only 24 years old. But beside him was a final message. A sentence that would later become famous across the world. Happiness only real when shared. Those words transformed his story into something larger than survival. Some people believe Christopher was reckless. Others believe he was searching for a truth most people are too afraid to chase. But even today, under the endless skies of Alaska, his story still feels hauntingly alive. Because deep down, many of us understand the feeling he was trying to escape. The noise, the pressure, the emptiness of modern life. And maybe that is why the story of Christopher McCandless still resonates with millions of people around the world. If this story fascinated you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because there are still countless hidden places, forgotten histories, and true survival stories waiting to be discovered.